Michael Cohen here with another Michael Cohen Reacts. Well, it's been a while because, for a week I've been suspended on...
Businessman and attorney Michael Cohen is now known more specifically and more famously as a former Trump attorney turned harsh critic of the former president. Now Cohen seems to be adding TikToker to his resume. Cohen taking to the popular social media app nightly to chat candidly with his nearly 300,000 followers about his views on the former president and his legal woes. Cohen even raking in some donations from viewers in the process. But he's also likely to be the star witness for the prosecution. So is all this talking on TikTok potentially hurting their case? Joining us now to talk more about this is criminal defense attorney Mark Reichel. Mark, what's your reaction to the fact that Michael Cohen is doing this, and what impact, if any, could it have on the trial?
Okay, the reaction, the DA's office is going to have a horrible reaction. That's the last thing they need. First of all, public relations-wise, number one. But number two, it really is going to give the defense fodder very, very clearly. Mr. Cohen, can you or can you not follow rules? If he says, I can, you just introduce this evidence. Okay, that you were basically, everybody in the DA's office asked you not to go around and talk like this. And then you went off of Twitter or X. And a little bit later, you snuck into your own little blog or whatever it is, on TikTok and did that to make money. The answer, sir, is you can't follow rules. Do you want us to believe your testimony? Stuff like that. That's a nightmare for the prosecution. Is it going to be a big deal in the big picture, in the long run? Probably not as much. Everything else for the DA's office is probably going to fit together. So in closing, they almost have to apologize for Mr. Cohen and say, look, he wasn't a perfect witness. We can't control our witnesses, but we can control things that no one can change. Writings, okay, phone records, payments, things like that, common sense. So I think that's what they're going to do and say, we apologize. I think it's too bad for the prosecution, and it's going to give Donald Trump's lawyers finally some traction to make their case look good.
Yeah, so how might Trump's defense team use these videos to their advantage?
First of all, I think they're really going to say, look, this case comes down to conversations between the defendant and Michael Cohen. And to convict someone beyond a reasonable doubt, you have to have absolute certainty, as if you were a fly on the wall as what was said. The defendant's not going to take the stand and testify. So do we really rely on this individual? The prosecution, they bear the burden. Have they proven to you beyond all doubt, based on reason, that everything that came out of his mouth is true? And they're going to say, he's not a truth teller. We've proved in the trial how many times he has made false statements. At some point, someone who we prove makes one false statement after another, we can use the L word and say, hey, look, there's somebody who doesn't have a problem with lying, especially when it benefits them. And they'll go on about how he benefits from this case.
Yeah, the question of Cohen's credibility is really key here.
The question of Cohen's credibility, the defense is going to say is key and say he has none. The question of his credibility is going to be considered irrelevant by the DA's office and say it really is irrelevant. We have other proof. We just needed him to authenticate some things. It doesn't need me, his credibility is not that important.
Unclear how much Cohen has made in donations, but one prosecutor commented on this saying it's a bad thing anytime there's money involved with a witness, that the jury could think the witness's motives are financial and not for the truth. I want to get your thoughts on this. Is it a bad look? Does it really matter? Mark, would you tell him to stop?
Yes, I can guarantee you the DA's office has begged him to stop. Every communication, by the way, they make with him is discoverable by the defense. The defense can say, please give us all text messages, all emails, the substance of all communications. So we want to hear exactly what you told him not to do, so we can show that to the jury and then show to the jury that he disregarded that. And so I think that the prosecution is going to be able to show, look, none of our other witnesses did get any benefit out of this. Did we pay, or was any financial benefit to them? And then the defense is going to say, right, but the important one was Mr. Cohen, and he did have a financial benefit here. So this is tough for the DA, but it's not something they can't overcome. They'll overcome it, just made it harder.
Hey, really quick, 30 seconds left. I know you're not Michael Cohen, but he is an attorney. He knows the rules. What could be the motive behind this?
I think the record shows that Michael Cohen doesn't really care about tomorrow. He cares about today and what benefits him today. So I think what he did in the Trump administration as Trump's attorney, to this day, what he does is what benefits Michael Cohen.
Got it. Okay. Criminal defense attorney Mark Reichel. Mark, thanks for the insight tonight. Keep it here. We'll be right back.